Nowadays, digital cytology is a huge revolution in the evaluation of cytology slides. We already use an artificial intelligence program for gynecologic cytology. After staining, the slides are loaded into carriers and then into the scanner. This scanner then converts the slide into digital form. The actual scanning takes around 2 minutes. This is a unique volumetric 14-plane scan, the result of which is the creation of an ideally focused virtual slide. After scanning, the entire slide is processed by an artificial intelligence program, which evaluates both the severity of the smear and the character of the cells. It then sorts and selects the cells according to a certain key into the gallery that appears at the review station. The biggest change in our work in the laboratory is that we no longer use microscopes to read gynecological cytology. We instead use monitors. This review station monitor serves the same function as a microscope. It practically eliminates the possibility of search errors using the artificial intelligence program and makes the entire screening process more accurate and rapid. Medical staff no longer needs to tediously view this entire slide and analyze every cell. The definitive conclusion of a cytological examination is always determined by a human cytotechnician or pathologist. Here is a view of the review station monitor, where each employee looks in and assesses their patient data in the system. We can see options for the viewing of individual slides. In this particular case, we can see the slide of a 35-year-old woman by loading her identification tag into the laboratory information system. In the right part, you can see the whole cell spot, where there are a total of 54,900 cells as calculated by the artificial intelligence program. The cells are arranged in the gallery in a total of 5 rows, where each row is focused on a specific cell population. By clicking on any tile in the gallery, the cell will be shown to us in the right bar of the cell spot area, where we can orient ourselves to the position of a specific cell. At the same time, we can see the cell in its entire context here, specifically a small metaplastic cell from the second row. We can also expand the entire field and start screening in the same way as under the microscope and examine all the cells on the slide. In most cases, however, this is not necessary. We can do just fine with the representation of cells in the gallery. If the technician wants to mark fields or cells for the pathologist, they click on the flag in the upper right corner of each field and create a special gallery, just as they would pre-select fields in conventional cytology. Here is a case of suspicious cytology prepared for a reading by a pathologist, where the AI has already calculated the similarity of this smear to be approximately 43,300 cells. As you can see, we again have a label that we can load into our system. And here in the entire cell spot, there is an abundance of suspicious cells that we can already see in the first row. You can see that the technician has already made a large number of marks and pre-selected fields in the upper positions for the pathologist. Practically all fields already contain atypical cells, namely koilocytes, which are actually associated with the presence of HPV infection. Therefore, we clearly know that this is a suspicious case. Of course, the pathologist can make additional marks using the panel in the lower bar. In this slide, we end up with 23 selected fields, from which we are able to come to a definitive conclusion.